today we're training a task that I have never really trained before, but I'm pretty sure I can figure out pretty easily how to do it. So Michaela, what do you have?
Obsessive compulsive disorder, and it's not just I need things arranged neatly. It's I need to do this or this happens. That's how normally OCD works, except mine works a little differently.
So we believe that she has obsessive compulsive personality disorder, which basically means that instead of kind of the irrational belief of like
if I don't check the door like 15 times, the aliens are gonna come. It's I need to make sure that door's locked so no one breaks it.
Right. So rational beliefs with sort of irrational compulsions. So basically what we're going to be training today is, why don't you show me what one of your compulsions looks like?
So normally when my door's locked, I can't like open the door, but this is the lock.
You have to touch it lighter.
Yeah. So normally I have to like make sure it's locked. Normally on a locked door it goes like this. So I'll stand there and I'll hit it a couple times until I can finally convince myself that it's locked. So like I'll do little like patterns like.
So she'll hit it in different patterns and try and, get it to make sure that it's locked. So she would rather not do that every day. So we're going to introduce this as a task for Toby to interrupt her from doing and remind her that she's doing it and that she doesn't need to do it. So that's what we're training today. So first off, I want you to try it and pretend you're locking the door and try it in one of the patterns to see what he does. So he doesn't really do anything right now, which is fine because that's what we would normally expect. So what we're gonna do is you're going to use the usual luring method. You're going to hold a treat in your hand while you knock on the door. Once he does that, treat him immediately. So what he's normally...
This is going to annoy people on the other side.
Yeah. So it might annoy some people, but basically what you want to do is hide that treat in your hand and lure the dog to start... Yeah, to start touching your hand when you are messing with the door. You want him to do it when you're knocking on the door, not when you're opening a door.
Oh, okay.
So when you're knocking on it...
No. I'm just waiting for him to calm down. I get it now, I get it. No.
So wait until he chills out, and then once he's chill and not alerting a bunch of times, then knock on the door. Knock. Actually knock. Do your knocking thing. There you go. Treat him only when you're doing the actual knocking behavior. The other times, I want you to fake him out, pretend like you're just touching the door to open it, pretend that you're touching the door to lock it, and give him nothing. Just a quick recap, basically what we've done so far is we have showed Toby that when he alerts to the door, he will get a treat, but he doesn't know the difference between when Michaela is actually knocking on the door versus when she is opening it or closing it or locking it, all the other things that she would normally do with a door handle. We don't want him to alert to those behaviors. So we have started to teach him that you're only going to get a treat when she knocks on the door and you stop her. So that is the desired situation. Basically, she knocks on the door, he alerts her. To be honest, a lot of this is trial and error, basically just a lot of practice. Just do one, then, do the tapping, and then do opening the door, doing shutting the door, doing locking the door, one of those other things that you don't want them to alert to. And maybe try only having the treat in your hand when you plan on doing one of those tapping behaviors. That way they start to realize that they should only go for your hand during the tapping behaviors, and then slowly you will eventually phase the treat out. So when you're training a task like this where it's very specific, because her opening the door looks very similar to her tapping on the door, you have to make sure that you're being able to differentiate it in some obvious way. So for us, the differentiation is going to be the sound. So this Good boy. Makes a very different sound than just opening the door.
Sit.
So basically now we're just training him to differentiate between opening the door versus the tapping on the door, which is difficult, but he can learn it. So one way that you can teach a dog to differentiate is by using a release command. So when Michaela is sitting there trying to open it, like she just opens the door, I'm not going to release him. I'm going to hold on to his leash. But when she starts tapping on it, then I'll release him. So it's similar to an IGP technique, which is hold and release. So if you guys know that technique, this is really similar. Toby, come here. I'm not going to put it on his prong because I will be just letting go of the leash. So I'm just going to put it on his regular collar. So you go up there and you open the door a couple times. And the second she starts tapping on the door is when I'm going to release it. Yes, good boy. And then I'm going to hold on to him when she's doing just opening it or just touching. So in case you didn't catch that, basically what I'm doing here is a technique called hold and release. So basically I am going to hold on to Toby's leash while Michaela tries to open the door, messes with the door in ways that aren't doing the tapping behavior. So she's gonna, do those things, and then as soon as she starts tapping on the door, I'm going to let go of Toby's leash. And basically that lets him know, okay, I can go over there and do my work now. Toby understands that when someone is holding a leash, that means he has to stay with them. And basically, when we're out working and stuff, when he has his vest on, he understands he's supposed to be in heel, even if he's off leash. But this technique allows him to understand the tapping noise and the look of it as sort of a release command. So basically, in this circumstance, this technique does work. It's just a little bit of trial and error, just like making sure that I know when she's going to tap on the door so that I can do it as soon as she starts. And that lets Toby know, okay, this is the thing you're supposed to alert to. And then obviously, slowly you would start to phase this out. So now I'm going to stand a little bit closer so that theoretically he could pull and do the alert. So here what I'm looking for is him understanding the difference between the two behaviors, the one that he's supposed to alert to and the ones that he's not supposed to alert to. And me standing closer gives him the opportunity, instead of me holding him further back and having to drop the leash and me giving him the okay, go, now he's the one in control. So we're standing closer to the door and I'm allowing him to decide, okay, you're gonna sit, I told you to sit, and you can decide, all right, is this the best time to release? Is this the best time to go? And he makes the decision that he's going to go, when the tapping happens. So that's the goal. This is just me checking to be sure that he understands the difference between the two behaviors. And from the outcome, it seems like he is really starting to get it. So now he's starting to learn the difference. Just a few more times, making sure that we're doing everything in the way that it would normally be done. Like she isn't, doing it extra slow or extra fast or whatever. She's doing it the way that she would normally do it in a real life situation. Why don't you do what you would normally do? Pretend like you're going through the door and you're about to lock it. And then you lock it. Now what I want you to do is kind of walk around in circles around the room with him in heels, kind of get his focus, and have him stop and sit at random intervals just to kind of
throw them off a little bit, and then what you're gonna do is every couple times that you go past the door, I want you to stop at the door and either open it or start tapping on it. Pick one or the other. So now we're just playing the either or game.
Which basically just means I'm having Michaela walk around in a circle and do some basic commands with Toby to kind of get his attention off of what he just learned, to hopefully catch him slipping up so that we can correct it and retrain based on what he seems to be messing up on. It's called the either or game because Michaela can pick either if she wants to, you know, test him on if he knows what the correct thing is, or test him to make sure that he isn't slipping up on the things that he knows are wrong.
Now stand and wait at the door and don't do anything for just a couple seconds. Very good. Okay. No. No. Yes. Very good. Very good. So now we're gonna try it with the leash off so that there's no longer that extra like form of control involved. Yeah. Sit. Place. Nice. Good boy. Break. Come here. Come here. Sit. Very good. Now open it a couple more times. Don't just start tapping on it right away. The door was coming at him. Yes. Very good. You're happy with that? Cool. So that is how you train if you are a person with OCD or a person who just, you know, kind of obsessively checks your door after you lock it. That is how you train that task. I hope that was helpful. And you know, there's other types of handles and there's other ways to train that.
Right, so there's other types of ways to train that, but that's just the way that I thought of. I've never trained a task like this before, so yeah, that's just what we decided to do.
I have some unique issues.
So yeah, there is that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys in whatever we make next. Bye!